You've heard of it, right? So, they say that he was the inventor of calculus along with Newton. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But what I do know is true, though, is that he was responsible for developing the binary system that we currently use today in our iPhones, our computers, and our music. But how did he get that? Did he come up with it magically on his own? No. He actually went 4,000 years back to the past to discover it. From an old book called the I Ching. It's the oldest classic Chinese text known to man. And I'm going to show you what the I Ching consists of. Okay, this is the I Ching. What you see before you is called a hexagram. And the I Ching is composed of 64 different kinds of hexagrams. And so how does a hexagram work? It's like this. It's composed of 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you. It's composed of 6 lines. And each line has 2 possibilities. A solid line or 2 dashes. That's it. And out of this you have a total combination of potential of 64 different kinds of ways of rearranging this. Very interesting. So he took this idea of solid lines and 2 dashes and developed our binary system based on zeros and ones. And so essentially how the binary system works is it's either yes or no. Is you is or is you ain't. Those are, for real, that's how logic works. Either this or that. And that's computer programming for the most part. Very logical. It's all about cause and effect. So it's interesting how the most sophisticated technology known to man comes from something that's very old and religious, actually. I find that very fascinating. And it just, yes? It's the I Ching, it's based off the Tao Te Ching, the art of war, Confucianism, are all derived from the I Ching. Buddhism isn't derived from the I Ching because that was derived from Hinduism, but a lot of the Eastern thought comes from this book. So it's a fun fact, but it goes to show you that the most logical thing known to man is derived from something that's illogical. So the world is much more malleable than what we assume it is. And I guarantee you, if you enter the path of STEM, you'll find that you are given a new set of skills that you didn't have before. You're able to look at the world in a whole different aspect. For example, anyone know who Alfred Hitchcock is? Or was, I should say. Who is Alfred Hitchcock? Does anyone know Alfred Hitchcock? Anyone see the movie The Birds? Wow, okay. Okay, anyone know who Cindy Crawford is?
Yeah.
Okay, show of hands if you know Cindy Crawford. Okay. Cindy Crawford is actually a chemical engineering major. I don't know if you guys knew that. Alfred Hitchcock is a famous movie director who was an electrical engineer. Does anyone see Rocky IV? We saw Rocky IV when he fights the guy Drago, electrical engineer. So, I'm not joking, the bad guy was an engineer. So, it just goes to show that if you major in STEM, you can do a variety of different things. You don't have to, just because you're an engineer doesn't mean you go into an engineering job. Just because you work with computers doesn't mean you work in a computer firm. You can apply your skills from STEM to be your own CEO, your own boss, a problem solver for the world. You don't have to go direct to the STEM field and do a STEM job for 40 to 50 years. You can do a lot more with the skill that you develop. For example, Jamie, chemical engineer. But she teaches. So the world is much more malleable than what we assume it is. So that's the main message I want you to take from this. And don't be intimidated if something's challenging. Because at the end of the day, if you break it down, it is it. You can take it on. Thank you. Well, guys, yes. Let's do a 10-minute small group. So small groups, commence. Oh, yeah.